Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel for another live show as we look ahead to our game against Wycombe tomorrow night, of course. I know that light over there is really annoying, to be fair, so I do apologise, but don't really know how else I'm going to be able to do it because it's a bit darker in here now. But yeah, obviously we're going to do a match preview for the game tomorrow. Like I said at the weekend, obviously it was a very emotional kind of video that I posted after the game when I got home on Saturday. I was so mad, to be honest with you. And yeah, and going to this game, I can't say I'm confident. Can't say that I go with any confidence whatsoever that we're going to be able to get, a win, because I think the last two games has really been demoralising. To be honest with you, in my view, I think as we've been speaking about it on this channel for so long now, the fact that there's so much lack of firepower up top. You look into the bench and you're thinking to yourself, who's going to come on and score you a goal? Who's going to come on and make a difference? There is no one. And we're getting injuries left, right, and centre as well. And when we sign players, like Ruskin on Saturday, he comes on and he gets sent off. Nothing's going right for us at the moment. But yeah, we're going to look to this game now anyway and see what happens. But let's say a few of those before we get into the preview. Jensen, hello mate, hope you're doing okay. Hello Jensen, how are you doing? Good to see you in the chat. Kieran Phillips has been sold. I hope we get a striker ASAP. Yeah. Well, we already knew we needed some strikers in before that anyway, so that is what it is. Jensen, that performance against Robin was absolutely shocking. So, if I'm being honest, I don't think we'll beat Wycombe. Yeah, and I can't see us beating Wycombe either, to be honest with you, Jensen, either. So, I'm not going to get my hopes up and expectations. Yeah, that's how I feel at the moment. If you don't have strikers that can score goals, you don't have that creativity that you need. And I think that we're still short in the central areas in midfield, guys. Because now we've, obviously, Kasumu's out injured. We haven't got anybody in that midfield. Hodges come back fair enough, but Kane looks absolutely shattered. Wiles is inconsistent, I'm afraid, in and out of games. So we need somebody in that. We need another sign in midfield, in my opinion, a box-to-box type of midfielder. That we need to bring to the club as well. So yeah, Blues. We definitely had our chance to win against Rotherham, but we didn't take them. But it's the same old story, isn't it, Blue Terrier? And we've been saying it for ages now that we know what we need. We knew what we needed in the summer, and we didn't get what we needed. And now we're here saying, oh, we had chances, but we didn't convert them. Well, yeah, you haven't got the quality, haven't got the players to be able to finish those chances that you're creating for yourself. Because I'm going to get up a stat later on, guys, actually, of how many there's a few stats I want to bring up about how many chances we're actually creating in matches and how, we are creating, but it's just a finishing touch. So it's just so infuriating. Jen said, I think our streak is going to end tomorrow after that performance of the weekend. Yeah. I mean, you're a bit like me, to be honest, at the moment, Jensen. I get the impression. I'm going to the game thinking, yeah, probably lose the game. And yeah, so you're sounding like how I'm feeling going to the game, to be honest with you, tomorrow. But we can't always keep the streak. No, you're right, but I just think, people are talking about this unbeaten streak like it's some amazing achievement. But the reality is we've, in that period of time, I'm not knocking the unbeaten streak, by the way, But in that time, we've drawn against teams that we need to be beating. Teams that are in the, what I mean, the bottom half, down the bottom end of the table, and we're just not. We haven't been able to beat them. You have to look at the last few games. So, and now we've got a few away games on the trot. We're not back at home until the 25th of January. So we've got a few away games now. So let's see how we get on. But I'm not going into this period now with much confidence. And until we get players in this building that give me a bit of optimism, I will not be saying otherwise. And people, for me, and I said it on my video the other day, we're going to get into the preview in a minute, but I'm just on a complete rant right now because I'm so annoyed and angry with the situation. For me, automatic promotion's gone. It's gone. Unless we get some strikers in, a creative box-to-box midfielder, the automatic is gone, in my opinion. And to be honest with you, we'll be lucky to go via the playoffs because, believe it or not, if you go via the playoffs, yes, okay, you might be able to ride your luck with a penalty shootout along the way, as we've kind of known in our, obviously, history. But you've also got to have players that can put the ball in the back of the net and actually take their chances. And the problem is we're not doing that. So, yeah. Josh, you said, wish that, yeah, obviously Cartwright is talking about would get some half-decent strikes for us. We've needed them badly before the Wycombe match, as this is a massive month ahead, but like he always does, lets us down once again. Well, this is the problem, isn't it? We're getting all these false promises about deals are underway, and, we're going to get some strikers in the building by the owner saying this, and we're just getting let down. He said the same last summer. To me, we're going to get some strikers that we need. We're going to be ready for the season. We're going to have a squad that can be competitive. We're going to have a squad that can go, go for the top two. But these are just words. And Cartwright is failing in every way, every possible way. But yet he still has a job. The reality is we are being run like an amateur club. Now, who am I to say how to run a professional club? Because I've got no experience in that. But we are being run as an amateur club. It's obvious. I don't need to know how to run a professional club to know this. So, yeah, Cartwright, we do. We do need them. But I don't have any faith in the people, in the board, to get the players that we need. Because evidence suggests that why should I believe? Why should I trust in any of those people? Cartwright. Why should I trust in him? He's let us down since he's come through the building so many times. So, no. Jen says, we need someone who will take their chances. I mean, 30-odd shots against Burton, 23 against Rotherham. Only one goal is just absolutely ridiculous. We really need that someone. To be honest with you, people are saying we just need one striker. We need 2 or 3. That's how bad we are at the moment. We need 2 or 3 because Ward's injured now. It's me. And we were saying before Ward were injured that we needed 2 strikers in. So technically, we need 3. So, but yeah, we do. We desperately need them. Desperately need strikers in the building. Hi, Mio, you're okay. Hello, Aiden. How are you doing? Good to see you. Make sure you smash likes if you're subscribe for you. Yeah, thank you very much. Appreciate that. The lack of clinicality has made what should have been great performances for Burton and Rotherham to shit ones because shots and XG aside, all that matters is the score. You're right, yeah. And I don't think we particularly played brilliantly in those 2 games, to be honest with you. Yes, we created chances, and yes, if we would have had a proper goal scorer in our team, then we would have won the game. But I don't think it was the best performances in the past 2, to be honest with you. John said, if you don't get any good striking at the end of the window, then I reckon Duff will walk after the window. End of season, it's proven he doesn't have the correct staff backing him. Well, this obviously there has been a few things about this, hasn't there? And obviously, look, I get it. I can feel his frustration really, Duff, at the moment in his press conference at times. Obviously, he seems to be saying, obviously, that he's I don't know. I just get the impression that he's kind of not happy with what he's been given, and I wouldn't be either. And he knows what we need, but he's relying on the people to above to make good decisions, and unfortunately, they're not making good decisions. So, yeah, I don't have faith in Duff signing any strikers. Well, Duff isn't signing a striker. That's the problem, isn't it? I don't know how it works, but obviously, does the board go to him with a list of strikers? But we already knew who we were after last summer, so you will have already obviously known those players. But how does it work? Does the board go to Duff and highlight a few players, and then he has to maybe choose? Or I don't know how it works. But it's not Duff making the signings; it's the recruitment team. Ian says, has anyone seen Nagel give it the big one on X? Yeah, you give it the big one, Kevin, but go and show action. To be honest with you, yeah, I mean, I was actually meant to put some. I was actually going to put some. I'm going to go through that actually at the end of the show because, yeah, again, I'm just tired of this childish nature of Nagel on X and how he's reacting to fans. I just think it's totally irresponsible and totally childish and totally unprofessional. This communication, and I love communication by an owner, by the way, but this communication is this kind of communication where it's just derogatory communication, speaking down to the fans like they don't have a clue how a transfer window works, making snide comments about people who have genuine concerns about the club. It's ridiculous. So, yeah, we are going to get into that. The only strikers left the club actually owns are Radulovic, Ladapo and Healy. Well, Healy's not a player in my opinion. He's 99.99% never available. So as far as I'm concerned, Healy is not our player. He's not in the club. Because Radulovic, Ladapo, both as useless as each other. Koroma is not a striker, I agree. Marshall plays for West Ham. Obviously it's on loan from us to us. And then they're going to reschedule the match versus Wigan. I don't know, to be honest with you, Jensen. It should be over the coming few weeks, I'm guessing. But yeah, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Nagel needs to stop this and put his foot down. We're saying at the Lincoln match, you can never have too many strikes, and fans will be very happy with this in January. Yeah, he bites back at fans that have any genuine concerns about the club and how it's run, and he bites back and he's childish with them. Instead of being professional, he's not in an amateur club over here. He might be in America, but not over here. So he's completely naive. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for your contribution, but we are going to get into the preview ahead of our game tomorrow night. So obviously Wycombe, our opponents, we do travel down there to Adams Park. Now, the clubs have obviously crossed paths 12 times competitively today over the years. First meeting in 1994 in the old League Division 2. Now we've won 6, drawn 3 and lost 3 across those matches. The last meeting between those two sides came in February 2021 as we suffered a 3-2 defeat to Wycombe in the Championship at the John Smith Stadium. Now, the opposition, obviously Wycombe have been in and around the top 2, haven't they? Obviously, they've kind of dropped off a little bit in recent weeks. Obviously, they were leading the pack, and now they've kind of dropped down a little bit after a few drop points. But they're still up there, obviously in second at the moment. Now, they were on a 19-game unbeaten streak before they were beaten by Charlton on the 29th of December. Now, obviously, that run lasted an incredible four months. So, yeah. Now, like I said, they do have 51 points to their name so far. The same as third place Wrexham. And they're looking to pull further away from their competition with Victory on Tuesday evening. Now, obviously, I did mention they've obviously surpassed their milestone number 50 points already at this stage of the season, which is pretty good, isn't it? Obviously, expectations have exceeded because of that. Now, their manager, Matt Bloomfield, who is known around those parts as Mr. Wycombe, Now, he returned to Wycombe as head coach in February 2023, following decades of service as a player. 39 years of age. He played over 550 times for the Chairboys over 19 years. Obviously, he was the captain as well for 12 consecutive seasons too. Obviously, Bloomfield did take on a kind of coaching role whilst in his final few years as a player at Wycombe, and retired from playing in February 2022. Now, obviously, his first managerial role came at Colchester United in September 2022, where he won 33% of his games in charge. Now, Bloomfield's kind of vision is obviously to create that dynamic, quick passing, obviously record-breaking team at Wycombe, which is capable of one day getting to the Premier League. That's his vision. Now, he has done a fantastic job as near at Wycombe. I think we can all say that, obviously. Look, the recruitment at Wycombe seems to be very good. And they found some gems, haven't they, in their recruitment? And yeah, they haven't got much money, but what they do is they spend what they have very, very well, quite clearly. And this has obviously allowed them to really thrive and get to this point where they are challenging. They're really in the hat for the top two. Now, their formation, obviously, they tend to set with four at the back, midfield three, two wingers, and one up front. Now, obviously, they have several players across the front line who can chip in with goals and assists, so everybody's sharing the spoils there. The Chairboys are a possession-based team. They do want to dominate the ball and limit the opposition to very few touches in the box. They like to stay compact, out of possession, and keep a strong defensive shape. They have the ability to put teams to the sword with their attacking firepower, something that we don't have. Now, let me know your ones to watch for tomorrow evening. But for me, my first player is going to be left back Luke Lier. He's a very versatile player, very good at set pieces, and he's able to contribute. And he's able to offer lots of goal contributions as well. Obviously, being at the club, he's 31 years of age. Obviously, he's already scored 6 goals this time. Like I said, he can play in both defence and midfield, but has been mainly used as a left back throughout his career. He's a good passer of the ball. He's a strong set piece taker too. So Luke Lay, definitely one to look out for. Next up, Richard Coney, who is their top goal scorer at the moment, their striker. He's an incredible rise in such a short space of time. I think they got him from a really low club. I don't think it was in this country, but I think it was elsewhere. But I think they've got him from I think it was a part-time club, and he's come here, and obviously he's maybe taken a few months to settle in, but now this season he's really pushed on. I think he came in last year, but I can't remember, to be honest with you. I'll just see the year before. But yeah, like I say, but look, he's got real quality in front of goal, give him any kind of space, and he will punish you. So yeah, he'll be a big threat. So yeah. Jack Grimmer is the captain, and yeah, he's obviously in the defence. But yeah, if they look at the home record that they've got, Wycombe, they've lost just once in 11 matches at home, drawn 3 and won 7. They average 2.08 goals scored per game on average, and they concede 1.08 goals per game on average. Their starting lineup, possibly for tomorrow, will probably be Ravizoli in goal, Grimmer, Lowe, Tavazzole, Harvey, Scowen, Leigh, Humphreys, Onyedimya, Kone, and Labala. Probably something very close to that, if not pretty much exactly how I say it there. Well, yeah, let's get into your comments. I've missed a few. Jen said, can't believe Ruben has already been suspended. I mean, yeah, it's just that, like I said earlier, it's just our luck. I'm just tired right now of all this. So many injuries, so many bad pieces of bad luck, and yeah, it's just I don't even know what to say anymore. He puts his trust in Mark Cartwright so much that he says that he has no idea how bad Mark Cartwright is at his job, and that all he sees is that Mark Cartwright worked in the US. So yeah, and it's just the fact that they're best mates with each other. That's the reason he still has a job. Let that sink in, because any club that had some ruthlessness and some actual responsibility, taking responsibility, wouldn't have kept. To be fair, wouldn't have even brought him in the first place, to be fair. But if you bring him in and he's not doing his job, then you get rid of him. You've got to be quick. You've got to be ruthless. Not just keep somebody in just because he's your best mate. So, yeah. Josh says, we're going to get fooled by Wycombe, in my opinion. Players are shattered and we are losing more and more momentum and stability. The streak will end with a 3-0 loss. Yes, you're not feeling that confident, are you at all, are you? Yeah, I mean, I don't blame you, to be fair, mate. Like, obviously, I'm feeling the same. Like I said, I feel demoralised with everything at the moment. Like I said, I agree. The players do look tired, and we haven't got the depth from the bench to alternate. We've got a lot of injuries that are just continually racking up. Every single week, something's happening with an injury. And some really strange injuries as well, like that. Look at Longbank the other day. Pulling up after a minute or so with a hamstring injury. I mean, what the hell is going on? Why are they pulling up so easily? What is actually going on? It's just not acceptable. So yeah, no, I don't blame you for thinking we're going to lose, because I'm edging towards that way, to be honest with you. 3-0 is a bold score, but I just don't see any scenarios winning the match. Yeah, no, we definitely won't win the match, but whether we can maybe get a point is another story. Obviously, I know Blackpool did get a point against them over the weekend, but yeah, obviously, Wycombe did go down to 10 men. But yeah, I don't know anymore, guys. I don't know. Just really, really deflated, I think is the right word at the moment. Yeah, deflated. If we're serious about promotion, we should go to Wycombe tomorrow and give them a game. I mean, the thing is, we said that for the past 2 games, aren't we? If we want to try and get promotion, then we need to be winning these types of games, like against like the Burton and Rotherham. But we failed to do that, and if we can't convert our chances against teams that are giving us quite a few opportunities, then if you're going to a team like Wycombe, who, yes, okay, they might have had a few injuries themselves as well, and suspensions in the defence, and I think they've lost one of the key defenders as well. If I'm not mistaken, and we're not going to get as many chances. So the reality is, you have to be even more clinical, obviously. So I don't know. I just don't have any faith in our front line, unfortunately. So, but I get what you're saying, but we need if we're serious about promotion, we need to start signing some players. That's it, as far as I'm concerned. I think Doug should consider calling up a striker from the academy to play against Wycombe. I can't put up with. Yeah, obviously Radalovic, and yeah, I mean, I love the. Obviously, you've kind of said your own words for Radulovic and Ladapo, but yeah, I mean, I get you. I mean, the fact that Ladapo's, the fact either of them, even at the club, pretty much sums up the recruitment over the past, however long since Nagel's come in with his staff. We are against a very high-scoring Wycombe side with Ruffles playing left-back, our best centre-back out of the hamstring pull. The entire team shattered, and no Kasumu. Not to mention our lack of bite up front. Yeah, no, spot on. Like I said, we're missing in so many areas now, and I think that you know what I mean. You've signed a left wing back that we needed so desperately. He goes and gets sent off in his first match. It's just ridiculous. And then now we're going to have to revert to playing the likes of Ruffles there, if that's who you want to go with tomorrow night. And yeah, it's an absolute mess. Like I said, no Kasum was a big loss in that midfield. Like Kawena says, when you bring him out of the side, you can soon see. I don't think any of us are confident going into this season. There's been so many things that have gone wrong for us, and it's not on. Yeah, no, not many of us are going into this game tomorrow feeling very, very confident, are we, at all? And I think, really, unless we sign some strikers in a not-so-distant future, I think that the deflation amongst the fan base will continue to get worse. Because I think that I don't think that everybody on this chat, and obviously me, is a bigger picture of the fan base, how they feel at the moment. But I think there's a lot of sense about a bit deflated at the moment, because I did listen to the post-match show of obviously on the radio after the game, and there was a lot of people that were in the same bracket of they just frustrated, annoyed. Obviously the lack of a striker was obviously a big talking point as well, as we know. So yeah, it does need to be sorted out, but again, it needs to be sorted out with the right people in charge, and unfortunately we haven't got that, Jensen. I was excited for the season after we got relegated, thinking we might be in a fight for autos or even a title, but it turns out just another year of paying the price for someone's incompetence. Josh, you are on fire this evening with your comments. You are spot on, absolutely spot on. I'm not sure excited. I think for me, I always kind of feel it. You know what? We're going to win some games in this league. Hopefully we can challenge for the automatics and, like I said, the title. But when you're looking at the squad, a few days before the season we're about to begin, didn't really feel like we'd had that rebuild that Nagel was going on about. Right at the start of the summer, the promises of we're going to have a proper rebuild and all this nonsense. It never happened, that. And we were going into a season, and then the recruitment, we know how it panned out. The recruitment, we were after the strikers that we wanted. We missed out, and then we went for a panic buy in Ladapo, who is absolutely one of the worst players I've seen in a town shirt. Let's just put it that way. He's one of the worst. So there we are. But yeah, it's just another year of paying the price for someone's incompetence, as he said. I agree. In fairness to Ruben, he had no training to town before coming off the bench for us because him not having a work UK. Yeah, I know he did. Yeah, I know he did. But that doesn't mean that you should be getting sent off in his first match when he's come on. Obviously, he was clearly fit because he'd been playing games, in the Eredivisie for his club that we signed him from. So there was no real excuses for doing what he did, really. Now, a few people have said, was it a yellow, was it a red? I don't know, but I'm not going to get into that debate. One thing JK needs to stop doing is being fancy and shoot first time, because I was so frustrated when he went around the keeper instead of shooting. Yeah, JK is probably one of the most frustrating players as well, isn't he? He's lack of inconsistency. You know what he's going to do every single time. And yeah, I get what you're saying. He's that decision making. It needs to be better. He literally got his put after the training session the day prior to the Robin match. It was deserved red though. Yeah, like I said, there's no excuse for just getting a straight red card. Now, the question is, was it a red card? Some people are saying it was. Some people are saying it wasn't. So I don't know, but give the referee a chance to get him sent, to give him a red card. So that's putting the referee in a position. But that referee was shocking anyway, as we know. Now, let's get into our look. But I expect a tough game against Wycombe, and like I said, they've got a lot of quality in the team, and I do go into this feeling a little bit of the worst, even though they have kind of slowed up in recent weeks with the results they've been getting themselves. But they still look a strong outfit. But look, let's get into our perspective. Obviously, we haven't even had a press conference today, which usually they have a press conference the day before the game, but there hasn't been none today. So I have no idea on the team news, but we can only speculate. Well, obviously, Wycombe will be missing for this game. I don't think there has been an appeal against it. Obviously, we don't really know, do we? Because obviously, we've not really had any communication from Duff since. I don't know if he said something. I haven't listened to him after the game, to be fair. Again, on Saturday. So I don't know if he mentioned if he was going to appeal it. Longvik obviously went off with a looking hamstring injury, which I think he'll probably be out for weeks now. So he was probably going to be a huge doubt, if not definitely out. I think he's going to be definitely out for this game. But look, let me know who you would be playing tomorrow night. What lineup would you go with? We are down to the bare bones of our squad, and there is very little options to choose from. But for me, and I'm just gonna move myself up here. But for me, this is probably the lineup that we have to go with, guys. Not one that I particularly want to play with, but the reality is we haven't got anybody else, and this is where we're at. In some areas, of course, not all the areas. But look, obviously Chapman starts in goal as usual. Now I've gone for obviously Longvik is missing, so I've had to shuffle the pack. Now, if we did have a good enough striker to start, I probably would have put Brodie Spencer back at centre back and put Josh Cromer on the left wing back, and then obviously another striker if we had one that was able to start games. I would probably put a striker on there instead, but we haven't. I don't think Bojan should be starting. Ladapo is nowhere near good enough to be starting either, so we haven't really got many options. I do worry about this defence that I've chosen, to be fair, because the lack of pace in Pearson and Lees is worrying. Against some of their quick players, Onyedinma is going to be obviously a quick player. Konya's got some pace. Labala, but I don't really know what else to do. Like I said, Brodie Spencer left wing back. Ollie Turton again. He's not a wing back, but again we haven't got anybody else to go there because Spencer's having to fill in at left wing back. So yeah. That's, again, just not ideal to be doing this with the selections right now. But it is what it is. Kane has looked shattered in recent weeks. He's not been looking great. He's been giving the ball away quite a lot. Looks quite sluggish. But I don't really know who else could come in at this point. Because we haven't got anybody. We've got Hogg, but I don't think Hogg will be starting. I don't think Hogg's ready to start a game yet, after being injured for a while. So Joe Hodge definitely starts, obviously. And Ben Wiles, who has been underwhelming in recent weeks. Again, we haven't got anybody else. So the lack of options is worrying at this point, with so many injuries. And like I said, Marshall and Karoma leading the line, but yeah, not confident with my lineup whatsoever, guys. I don't really think I like it, but it was a quick draft that I did this afternoon, and I was really very hard to make a selection, in which when that happens, you've got issues with team selection. Blue Terrier has gone for a 4-2-3-1. You went for Chapman in goal, of course. A back four of Spencer, Hellick, Pearson and Turton. The holding two there. Kane and Hogg. And then we've got further forward in the attacking areas of Karoma, Evans and Marshall, and then Radulovic up top, I'm guessing. Yeah, maybe this could probably work. Obviously, Duff may have to change his formation because we haven't got the players to be able to play the formation we've been playing recently. But I don't think he does that often, so I don't know if that will happen. But Evans didn't look the best when he came on the other day, personally. And to be fair, it's nothing to do with the fact that he's been out injured, because he wasn't that great. He wasn't that great before he got injured either. So I'm not too sure about Evans starting, but fair enough. Like I said, we are down to the bare bones of the squad. So people are just having to be a bit more inventive, I guess, and just giving players chances that maybe you wouldn't do if we had a fully fit squad. Oh yeah, I mean, look, Blue Terrier, fair point. It was a decent lineup there. Josh has gone for a 3-5-2. So Chapman in goal. Obviously, a back three of Hellick, Pearson, and Lees. So the two wing backs, Turton and Spencer. Midfield three of Hodge, Kane, and Evans. And then you've got Marshall and Corona up top. Again, this is a line that potentially this would work, wouldn't it? This would work. But again, you have got Evans in the starting lineup. I'm not too convinced at the moment with him, but I suppose we haven't got anything to lose at this stage. So maybe just give him a start, see what he can do from the start. But yeah, again, thank you, Josh. Fair enough, good lineup. Aiden has gone for a 3-4-1-2. You've gone for Chapman in goal. Presumably, you haven't missed out the goalkeeper, but we already know who your goalkeeper is, presumably. Hellick, Pearson. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, you have gone for 11 players, yeah. You go for Spencer, Hellick, and Pearson, with Ruffles and Turton at the wing backs, and then Hodge and Kane in the middle, with Wiles further forward in the camp position, and then you've got Marshall and Koroma up top. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I don't want to see Ruffles start again because I think he's hopeless. But obviously, the fact that you brought Ruffles in means that Koroma can go up top, so I get that. So yeah, again, good shout. And yeah, fair enough. We're all kind of going for different lineups this evening, aren't we? We're a bit different. But thank you, Aiden, for that. Chroma's being linked with other clubs. Yeah, we will be catching up with our transfer. The transfer window show will be happening on Wednesday, so I'll be covering all the latest stories. So yeah, I saw that actually, Keith. Thank you for that. Josh, if negotiations are happening in advance the next 24 hours, there might be a chance Chroma isn't available for selection. Yeah, I'm not too sure if I believe what I've been reading really, but yeah, I get. I don't think he. The reality is we've already said that our squad is so thin on the ground right now. So the fact that we're looking to, I think a player would have to come in the door first before we get rid of Koroma. We can't be leaving ourselves even shorter with getting, because he's the player that starts, and we need somebody through the door before we sell him. So yeah, I mean, it did feel like we played as the wing backs on Saturday, Blue Terry, but I could be wrong. But maybe we changed it. But yeah, Josh has put Evans in over Wild because Wild fans have dropped quite a bit over recent games. He needs to be dropped as a reminder that he has to earn his place. Would also help Evans build fitness. Yeah, I mean, I get that, but we need Evans to be up to speed to play from the start though as well, Josh. And obviously, I don't know. I think, but yeah, I agree with Wiles as being not being great at the moment. In recent weeks, I agree. Yeah, Chapman and goal, no worries, it's fine. I knew that anyway. Keith said I would keep Koroma at all costs at the moment. Yeah, I mean, like I said, we can't afford to be losing play. We're already losing players via injury, let alone losing players via selling them. But yeah. But look, that is my lineup. I'm not confident with the lineup, but I just drafted it up this afternoon, to be honest with you. So yeah. But I mean, I suppose it is the time where we make our score predictions for the game. I know, obviously, we've already had one score prediction from Josh, who thinks we are going to lose 3-0. Which, yeah, I mean, that would deflate us even more if we go to Wycombe and lose 3-0. But yeah, Evans has been in training for a few weeks, like I say, we give him a go. Yeah, I mean, training and playing matches, though, is completely different, though, Josh, isn't it? But I get your point. But yeah, obviously, training, that's just to get up to speed with being in the running to be in the squad. Doesn't mean you only get proper fitness by playing minutes, I guess. Jensen thinks we're going to lose 3-0. Yeah, I mean, that is not great, is it? And Blue Jays says 2-1 to us. Pearson Radulovic for us and Kone for them. Keith says, I can't see us getting anything, so that means a win for Town 3-1. Yeah, look, for me, I mean, usually I do my score prediction first, but I've kind of got you guys' predictions up first. I don't think we're winning the game. I don't think we're going to win. Now, in the back of my mind, I feel like it's going to be a draw, but then my heart's saying that we're going to lose just because of the issues at the back as well. Now, I mean, our defence isn't going to be as stable as what it has been. I know Longback's not been, Longback still has been a good player for us, even if he has been a bit slack at times in his, when he's with his passing a bit, sometimes. But defensively, he's good and he has got pace. For me, I think we're going to lose this game. I'm going to go for a 2-1 loss, unfortunately. I was stuck in two minds whether to go 1-1 or 2-1 to them. But yeah, I think we're gonna lose, unfortunately, guys. Yeah, I've not got any confidence at all. Josh, if we lose, Oladapo scores for 2-1 win. I think that is taking the mick a little bit because Oladapo is nowhere near. He's not going to score a goal for us at all. And I've said it right here. He's not going to score at all for us this season. Sorry, but he's not. Aiden says it's going to be 1-1. Bear in mind our goal will be an own goal. Yeah, probably. I mean, that seems to be, like I said, at the moment, it feels like that's the only way we're going to score a goal, fire an own goal. So, yeah. But you think you're going to get a 1-1? Like I was stuck in two minds between 1-1 or 2-1 to them. But, yeah, I don't know. Maybe everyone is going. Yeah, quite a lot of people are going with us to lose in this chat. So maybe that is something that will work in our favour, and that means we'll go and win the game. So hopefully that is correct. But I don't think we can go into this game full of confidence because of the fact that we really have struggled in recent weeks. So yeah. But let's see. Well, Dan might have been playing rubbish for us this whole season, saying it's true about for every match like that. I don't think so, Josh. He looks way off the pace. He doesn't look fit. He doesn't look. He looks like he's way past his best. Yeah, no, I don't think so. Especially against a team like Wycombe, who obviously are up there at the top. As I said, we're not going to get as many chances in this game. So are we going to be clinical? I find it crazy how it wasn't for a first-minute Stockholm goal. We would have drawn 4 games in a row and 0 wins in 4 at home. That is a good point. Yeah, you're right. We wouldn't have won that game against Stockport had it not been for that own goal. So, yeah, you could say we were very fortunate. But look, not good enough, is it? Not good enough at all. But look, I do want to highlight something here, actually, because I did say I was going to bring up a stat that I was going to mention. That about the chances we're creating, but not putting them away. Now, I don't know if you can see that guy on the screen, but I know a lot of people have been saying about needing a striker, but this just kind of epitomizes why, this kind of proves that we do need a striker. Not that we need proof, but the problem isn't creating chances, guys. It's converting them, as we know. And I think if I just have a look at the stats here, obviously expected XG 36.7. So we're top in every aspect of these particular things. I know obviously it's about putting the ball in the back of them. That's the most important. But I'm just kind of highlighting this. Now, shots on target per match were again first, 5.2, and then big chances, 65. And yet we are still not converting nowhere near enough goals. So yeah, I think that's pretty alarming, isn't it? And pretty backs up what everybody's saying at the moment about how much trouble we are in the final third. Anthony Priest says 2-1 to Huddersfield. Nice. Well, welcome, Anthony. I haven't seen you in the chat before, but welcome. And yeah, good to see somebody new in the chat as well. So big up to yourself. And you've gone for a 2-1 win for us. Hopefully you're right, because I'm struggling for optimism, as you've probably recognised already. Do you know what's funniest about the stats? Those that are among the top in the 92. Yeah, exactly. So it's just unforgivable how we're in this position where we knew what we needed last summer. We failed to get in what we required. Failed to get in our top targets, and then panic buyed with a sign that was never going to upgrade the squad in no shape or form. And now look what's happening. We're creating chances at this level, plenty, but not putting them away because we hadn't rectified what we needed to do with getting some strikers that can score goals in the building. And you cannot be relying on a 19-year-old in Marshall to be getting you out of it every single time. He's going to do things he's going to do well for us, but he needs help, and he needs other players chipping in as well. If we had two good strikers, like even half decent, we would be top. Yeah, I suppose that's the most infuriating part of it all, isn't it, Josh? I think, if we did have that quality, that two quality strikers up top, and include Marshall in. I think obviously two. Obviously Marshall include obviously three that in that regard. Then we would have been better placed in the division. Make no mistake about it. Because, like I said, yes, the stats are there, and it backs my point up that if we had quality strikers up front who could convert, then we would be higher up in the table, and we would be at the top. We would be at the top because the metrics don't lie. So look, I think I've kind of covered what I want to say about the game. Like I say, I'm not looking forward to it. I expect Wycombe to have quite a lot of the ball. We'll have less of it. Now, what we're going to do with the ball? How are we going to approach this game? I don't know, but I think they will have more of the ball. I think we're going to have to be making sure that when we do have it, we have to be productive with it. And obviously, like I said, clinical, but clinical isn't a word that is on this team's radar. Kind of infuriated after months and years of needing strikers. Cartwright chose to gamble our season on a 19-year-old kid rather than go for a high-scoring player and successfully sign them. Look, I have no issue with Marshall coming in, by the way, but I think you need to, because he's alone and that's fine, so that's an option that you have. But then you need to be signing two quality strikers with him, and then with that. So, yeah, but yeah, I agree. You can't be relying on somebody that is pretty much in his breakout season in senior football, come in and really, be the highest scoring player that you need to get the team promoted. It's not really going to happen, is it? If Duff would just listen to Size and Strike, we could be scoring a lot of goals and could be up there with Birmingham. We can, like I said, Jensen, it isn't actually. Obviously, Duff is fully aware what he said it in press conferences, and everybody knows. Duff knows he needs strikers, but he is relying on the people above to get him those strikers he needs, because that's what they're there for, usually. Obviously, I know our recruitment team is probably the worst in the EFL, but that's what they're meant to be doing. They're meant to be, highlighting players and making sure that we get the deals over the line as well, which, again, haven't done that either. Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah, it's not Duff, it's Cartwright, yeah. Duff only says what we need, which I'm sure he's taught. Yeah. Yeah, it's just a joke, isn't it, at this point? But look, we're going to have to wait and see what happens there. We are approaching the first week of the window, so, in a few days. So, and we still haven't signed a striker, despite knowing we've needed one for a long time. So, I don't know. I don't know what to think anymore. I really don't. But look, that has been your match preview for the game tomorrow. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it. And thank you, everybody, for your contributions this evening. Now, I think I am going to be doing a watch-along for the game tomorrow, guys. So that is what I'm going to be doing tomorrow night. So, yeah, we'll be going live 15 minutes before kickoff at 7:30 for a live watch-along. And then, yeah, so that'll be my next content on the channel here. Oh, yes, I was going to read some of Nagel's comments on X to finish with. Yeah, which will be nice because it'll take us up to the hour mark as well. So by the time I've done that. So, yeah, let's carry on for the next 5 minutes, guys. And then, yeah, but thank you. Such like, all focused on the result of when you get talking, I tend to forget a lot of things, to be fair, basically. So yeah, but yeah, thank you for reminding me, Aidan. So we will do that before we leave. So yeah, obviously there's already somebody that said in the chat about Nagel's comments, and I want to kind of touch upon this as well because I'm not going to shirk at what I think about it really, because I'm tired of seeing the reactions that Nagel has. I'm tired of the reactions that Nagel is giving fans that have genuine concerns about the club. Now, Tony on X, so you're getting a shout out on the channel, Tony, but Tony made some very good points here. I'm going to read out what he said. I'm going to read the response that Nagel said, and I'm going to react to that as well. So he said, "Sorry, this is not good enough. We have known for the past 8 months, etc. we need a striker. It was the priority. When, how, from January 1st, not one lined up. How many missed chances are we going to accept? It's a top 2 shootout, and missed chances will cost us. Cartwright has to go." Now, obviously, somebody tagged Nagel into this, and he responded very abruptly once again. Now, he said, to be fair, he did say, he was polite to begin with, I'll give him that. He did say, "Thank you for sharing. We need strikers." Now, I don't know if that was sarcasm, actually, because it did sound, when I'm reading it, when I read it, I thought it was a bit of sarcasm. "Thank you for sharing. We need strikers." It was a bit like condescending from where I approached it. Because then he said, "We did not know it." Again, being clever. It is a good thing they grow on trees and are readily available and are super cheap. Again, clever, condescending, talking down to fans like they mean nothing. Come on, goats. Even you and your buddies would know where we are and have been hunting and hunted. Most all of our supporters understand the complexity of the matter. So so that was the response that Nagel had on had on social media, and I thought to myself, it is just an other childish, rude, horrible response to a fan that literally is speaking his concerns, and he's making very valid points, and he's speaking the truth. But I don't like the way it came across in this yet again, and he's talking about his buddies. Everybody, even you and your buddies, would know we have been hunting for strikers. But yeah, we have seen that. But what have we got to show for it? What have we got to show for it apart from nothing? And then he's going on about what he means by most all of our sport understand the complexity of the matter. No, those fans that won't say anything, that won't confront the owner, are happy clapping to the owner. They're too busy playing happy families with the owner. They can't bear say anything bad about Nagel. You know, those kind of fans just want to pretend they're not in reality and just continue to side with the owner, even if he's clearly being naive in every matter that is seemingly happening right now. So no, most of our supporters don't understand actually the complex. Most of our supporters do understand the complexity of the matter. So the reality is, a lot of fans are expressing their concerns, and I did want to cover that before I finished. I don't like it. I don't agree with it. I think as long as you're not being abusive to the owner or saying anything out of touch, then that should be fine. But I don't think you should be on the end of an abrupt message like this when you're just basically saying what you think. So yeah, I think it was very poor. And the thing is, he's talking about it is a good thing they've grown trees, again being sarcastic, and are readily available. Nobody's mentioned that they are readily available, and nobody's mentioned they're grown trees. So being clever isn't going to work, and to be fair, it's just making fans even more frustrated with the responses they're getting from the owner himself. And nobody said they were cheap either. But the reality is, if you had competent people in the board, Kevin, last summer, then maybe you wouldn't have to be forking out a little bit extra in this window to be getting some deals over the line. So how about that one? Because the summer window is probably one of the most not easy windows to get played, but it's easy. It's a lot easier than the January transfer window, and you can get deals. You can get better deals in the summer. So yeah, I think he has his goggles on when he's making out that everybody else, but I'm just tired of this. Anyway, let me just have a look at the comments. Good stream, mate, all the time, I guess. Jensen, big up to yourself. Damn, you beat me to it, mate. I was about to ask you at the end. Ask me what? Ask me what? Taylor isn't in the Luton squad for the QPR match. All right, fair enough. I think Nagel is acting like this because of Dave Carmichael. Carmichael is Kane's personal advisor, and I think he's pulling the strings on how he acts to build PR. Yeah, I mean, look, I've never seen eye to eye with Carmichael either. I don't particularly, he's actually exactly the same as what Nagel is doing right now and being very naive and abrupt towards supporters from what I've seen. So yeah, I mean, you probably are right. About you doing a watch along tomorrow. Oh right, yeah, I'll be doing a watch along. Oh yeah, so yeah, you didn't even have to ask. Obviously, I'd already got it planned in my mind, and yeah, we'll do that. But look, we'll see what unfolds tomorrow night. But yeah, not impressed by the owner in terms of his communication still. But it doesn't seem he's going to change in that regard. So, but I still don't think it's particularly right. I think he should be listening to supporters that have concerns and not responding in a really poor manner like he has been doing. So yeah, that's just my opinion. But guys, Kaylee says, where do you think Rotherham will finish? I mean, I don't really know, to be honest with you, Kaylee. I mean, obviously you were expected to be up near the top. You have been picking up points recently, and you're a Rotherham fan. Yeah, fair enough. Well, obviously you're 28 points, 16th at the moment, aren't you? So 13 points of the playoffs. I mean, you're probably looking at maybe you might be able to get into the top 10, but you'll need to really get a move on. But I probably think you'll probably finish around mid-table because of the start that you've had. Obviously, we are more than halfway through the season. In fact, we're halfway through the season now. So, yeah, unless you're on an incredible run, you won't be getting playoffs. But yeah, I think around mid-table. But yeah, welcome anyway. All fans are welcome, of course. I don't see enough firepower to score on that tiny squad, so I agree. 2-3, 3-1 loss. Yeah, it's not looking good, is it? But we'll have to wait and see. And you can enjoy it. Well, we can try and enjoy the game. I don't think enjoy is the right word. We can go and we can watch along together tomorrow night, 7:30, live on this channel. And I'll be giving you full match commentary of the game. I'm going to watch Huddersfield match. Are you going to watch Huddersfield match? Or do you mean you went to the Huddersfield match in when we played you at the weekend? God, every day feels like the same to me. But anyway, guys, I'm going to wrap it up now. But thank you for all your contributions. Hopefully, our lack of optimism will mean that Town will go on and win the game tomorrow. We all want it to see. We all want it to happen. But let's just wait and see. But thank you all for watching. Thanks for your support. Make sure you do drop a like on the video on your way out if you haven't already. It's free. Subscribe to the channel if you are new around here. I have seen a few new people in the chat this evening. So I would appreciate a subscription if you can. Free of charge, of course. And I appreciate all the support that you guys show me. But yeah, have a good rest of the evening. And I'll see you back here tomorrow night for the live watch along as I bring you full match commentary of the game. Anyway, guys, take care. And I'll see you all very, very soon. Good night.